has popped way too many positive plays against them. Bucky Brooks is good in that screen game. You shut that down. You don't let Cade Otton go bonkers on you. And I really do not know, without a bevy of mistakes, how the 49ers drop this one. I don't want to be overconfident, but I'm going to tell you right now, the 49ers are not winning this game. Or the 49ers are not losing this game unless they make several mistakes on their own. They're going to have to help the Buccaneers beat them, I would think, to lose this game. You know, of course, you got Vita Vea just right there in the middle of that defensive line, and he is a house. He's a big house. He's a roomy house. He's gargantuan. But right now, the Buccaneers defense against the run stinks. And the Buccaneers defense against the pass kind of stinks. And the 49ers have a game that they should be able to control right in front of them coming off their bye week. Again, no excuses will be tolerated. This has to be a win. Christian McCaffrey coming back against Tampa. Guess what Tampa's awful at? Defending running backs as receivers out of the backfield. Is there anybody at being that than Christian McCaffrey? Tampa Bay is exactly who Christian McCaffrey wants to see on the schedule. He's got 10 touchdowns in 9 career games against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he thrives playing against Tampa. And we haven't seen this guy all year. You know, should we expect much? Yes. Because there is no world in which expecting as little as possible from Christian McCaffrey has them back in the playoffs, has them back in the Super Bowl. It took 8 weeks for him to be back here. I expect him to be ready to go, and it sounds like he is. It sounds like the 49ers aren't necessarily talking about, a light workload to launch the season with. You got the player even saying, hey, he felt like he was ready to go against Dallas. Well, you bought a week beyond that, so he should be extra ready now. This isn't about fantasy football. This is about real football. And I don't care about what McCaffrey's supposed to do to your fantasy team. He is the player the 49ers have been fantasizing about getting back so they can fantasize about getting back to the postseason. It's go time. It is now time. The Niners, again, let's just do the math, right? Let's just do the math on this vital game. Because if you win it, Kruger shared this earlier on Wake Up. Niners win this game, their going to the playoff chances are around 60+%. They lose this game, they drop to 30. This is a fork in the road game. And think about it. 9 games left. 9 games left. Only one of them is going to be the game that's coming out of your bye week, which is this one, which means you got to win this one. Because if you don't win this one, how does the math start working out? In the remaining 9 games, if they go 9-0, they will be favored to win a Super Bowl. In their remaining 9 games, if they go 8-1, everyone's going to talk about them as a Super Bowl team. In the remaining 9 games, if they go 7-2, guess what? You're home free at 7-2. I think you're the division winner at 7-2. You have a home playoff game. You might not be home for the holidays, but at 7-2, you are home free as a playoff team. At 6-3, you're probably all right. Unless the Rams, unless the Cardinals take off like a rocket ship, one of them in the second half, you're probably all right at 6-3. 6-3 in your final 9, you're okay. You go 5-4, you're in trouble. Now you are, a buoy being cast about on the waves of the ocean that you no longer just paddle your own way through. At 5-4, you are dependent on teams around you failing. So 5-4 is an unacceptable second half record for these 9 games. And you tell me if this doesn't sound like 4 losses to you. At Buccaneers, Seattle, at Packers, at Rams, Bears, at Packers, at Bills, Bears, Rams, at Miami, Detroit. There is one truly easy game at Miami remaining on this schedule. And that's NFL easy, which means the Niners could absolutely lose it. You got to put Tampa in the win column, because if you don't, then you're at straight up event horizon in your next 3 games. Seattle is a division opponent you must beat. That was never negotiable. At the Packers, at the Bills. I'm telling you right now, even if the Niners are playing great and McCaffrey looks like McCaffrey again, you could lose both of those games. At the Packers, at the Bills, those are 2 scheduled losses basically against the Niners. So I've got them losing both of those games as it stands right now. A win there will be a most welcome guest. Then it's the Bears at Levi Stadium. I don't know what kind of Bears are showing up here. A Bears team that can absolutely roll over and die, or a Bears team that is coming out to win this freaking game. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know what you're going to be looking at. Rams, again, already beat you. Division opponent. Tons of working knowledge on how to beat you. At Miami, sounds easy. Then Detroit. Okay, Detroit is a heavyweight fight. Full stop. But they might not be putting on the gloves to fight. Who knows what Detroit's season looks like? I don't know what that game is going to look or feel like, because we don't know where the Niners are going to be or where the Lions will be in their Gots to Have It season arc. The Lions are probably past that. I could conceivably see the Lions getting to Levi Stadium and thinking there's no reason to burn our, eyebrows off trying to win this one. We're already sitting pretty in playoff, perspective. Week 18 against Arizona could be a game that decides the NFC West. You're sitting in the high roller room for the rest of the season. Had they beaten the Arizona Cardinals already this year, had they beaten the Los Angeles Rams already this year, had they not blown those games, it would make the second half just look and feel so much different. But they've used their mulligans. So here it is. Here it is. Look, Levante David is really good. Antonio Winfield Jr. had a career-high 16 tackles the last time he played the Niners. He's really good. Again, Vita Vea. It's about as long of a day as an interior offensive line can have against a single opponent. That guy is, a modern William Refrigerator Perry. He really is. He's a beast. So you handle those 3 guys. None of them has a career day against you. Again, Mike Evans not in the room. Chris Godwin not in the room. We know that Nick Bosa loves getting after Baker Mayfield. He's never going to forget Mayfield coming in with his Sooners and planting a flag right in the O of Ohio Stadium. He still thinks of that. So Bosa, have a big game. Fred Warner, get yourself right back into the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Diamador Lenore, big weekend out of you, brother. Big weekend out of you. 49ers, I think they come out and they fire in this game. I really do. I do think that they are going to win. I do think that they are going to cover. I like the Niners in this game. And I hope you do too. I hope they like themselves in this game, because they need this game. By the way, if you are betting this game, make sure you use YouTube 150 when you sign up over on BetUS. 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. And again, eat at Ike's, drink at the Dubliner, and everybody's happy. Everybody is happy. I'm going to be happy with a big game coming up Saturday. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got Indiana, we got Michigan, and right now Indiana is a 14.5-point favorite over the Michigan Wolverines. Am I in some parallel universe? Here's a sentence I've never said out loud before. Indiana is a 2-touchdown favorite over the Michigan Wolverines. I don't know if that sentence has ever been said in the history of the planet. Better than a 2-touchdown favorite against the Michigan Wolverines. May you all live in interesting times. I swear to God, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Very, very interesting weekend. Good weekend in sports. Warriors and Cavs. That's a 4:30 tip time tonight from Cleveland. The Cavaliers are a franchise best 9-0. They have never started the year 10-0. The Warriors have started the year in a way which has everybody impressed. They're coming off of a big win in Boston. If they upset the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, holy shit. And then after that, they got the Oklahoma City Thunder waiting for them on Sunday. So when we are all done watching 49ers and Bucs, and I hope you plan on being here on the channel for the YouTube watch party, but when we're done watching 49ers and Bucs, it's going to be Warriors and Thunder. That game is all kinds of interesting. So it's a really good sports weekend. And again, Michigan at number 8, Indiana, 12:30 West Coast time on Saturday. Got some other really good games. We got Florida, Texas. We got Georgia, Ole Miss. There's some really good sports on your TV this weekend. Let's go. LOL, Damon. It's incredible. I can't believe these things that I'm saying. Indiana is the 8th ranked team in the country. Things that you don't usually get to. I mean, if we beat Michigan, we're going to be a top 5 team. Top 5. It would be 10-0 going to Columbus. Maybe we'll plant the flag. Big IU flag. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to start talking shit about how Indiana is going to beat the Ohio State Buckeyes. But if that happens, yeah, look out. I might burn down San Francisco. One incredibly intoxicated and apparently naked Indiana fan is running around the streets of San Francisco, lighting fires and telling everyone who went to Ohio State to kiss his ass. Details at 11. Joe, it's never UI. UI, University of Indiana? No, sir. It's IU. Yeah, 2 touchdowns. Just unbelievable. How about this? If Indiana wins a national championship, I will get a tattoo. I am a tattoo-free human being. I don't even want a tattoo. I don't like tattoos, but I will tell you right now, if Indiana wins the national championship in football, I will get an Indiana tattoo. Deal. Done. I'm willing to make that bet with the Cosmos right now. I'm going to have to go tell Jillian about this. I don't know how she's going to feel about it. She's got a tattoo on her foot. Right on. She's got like a sunburst thing on the top of her left foot. Or is it a right foot? I don't know. Either way, it's there. I joke around. It's like, that's your white trash foot. That's the foot that never made it out of the trailer. I've never been a big tattoo guy. I don't really like tattoos. But if Indiana wins it all, I'm getting a fucking tattoo. There you go. Done. Maybe I'll just candy stripe my whole arm out. Just red, white stripes, whole arm. You know what, JJ? I'll take your advice. I will not get a tramp stamp. I promise. Neck tattoo? No, Dino Bravo. We're not doing any neck tattoos. We have a life to live after all. I don't want to walk into any room and just scream to everybody. I've been in prison. That's what a neck tattoo says. A neck tattoo says I've either been to prison or I'm a sous chef and I make a great balsamic. That's the thing. Tattoos aren't even badass anymore. Like Post Malone has a whole bunch of face and neck tattoos. Guy looks like a vandalized bathroom door. I just don't like, not a tattoo guy. Sporticus. Hey, get the Mike Tyson eye tattoo. Yeah. IU, hold on, here we go. Sven, Damon, an IU teardrop tattoo? Who's your tear? Oh, man. Thomas Lester says, hey, Damon, Tommy Moe here. Is this a barometer game for Brock? Baker and Brock, very similar quarterbacks. Well, I'll tell you what's similar about them is that neither guy apparently will ever be able to do anything that's going to get the rest of some of the crowd to change their minds about him. Like Baker Mayfield, obviously, very much a disappointment being the number one overall pick in the draft and then not turning into what they hoped he'd be in Cleveland. But had they just kept reinvesting in him in Cleveland and not walked away for the Deshaun Watson era, how much better would Cleveland be? Baker Mayfield takes his show on the road. He goes and eats his humble pie with the Rams, and then he ends up in Tampa, where, again, right now he's leading the NFL in touchdown passes. He's second in passing yards. Baker Mayfield is pretty damn good and is legitimately found a home in Tampa. But a lot of people will never be able to tell you that he's good at it because they're holding him against the expectations that he has already not lived up to, which is you're supposed to be the guy to show up and transform the Cleveland Browns into a Super Bowl contender. What's really odd is that you'd think the guy who was the last pick in the draft, who literally is delivered to you without expectation, and then even though your preconceived notion of expectations was zero, and he has more than filled all of them, there's still a crowd out there that doesn't even want to admit that Brock Purdy's pretty good at this. What's similar about both of these quarterbacks is how undervalued they remain in their careers, no matter how much they have done to disrupt people's original thoughts about them. Like if you're saying Baker Mayfield stinks at this, you have not been paying attention since he's gotten to Tampa. And again, if you said Brock Purdy stinks at this, what you're telling me is that you can literally watch like the best start anyone has measurably ever had in his career and not know how to interpret that. He's a good player. Brock Purdy is a good player. Baker Mayfield is a good player. But, you can't get it all done by yourself. Heck, Trevor Lawrence is a good player, but in Jacksonville, everyone's starting to look at him as the guy who can't now. And, oh, by the way, he's the guy who won't this weekend. Mac Jones is going to get the first start in over a year for Mac Jones. His first start since landing in Jacksonville. He is going to be starting for the very first time with the Jaguars. By the way, do you see the Jaguars also signed C.J. Beathard to be the backup? So there we go. Justin Fields is being treated similarly to how Baker was in the beginning. Yeah, look, just, bad, just walks into a bad situation. The world's expected of him. He's got, not exactly state-of-the-art coaching. And I will say this, though. Justin Fields had an opportunity to play himself into a starter role, and Mike Tomlin pulled that rug out from underneath him quickly, and it doesn't seem like the wrong idea. Like, Justin Fields is, he's a guy who can run like Lamar, but nothing else like Lamar. Lamar has figured it out. By the way, Lamar Jackson probably is going to be an MVP again. He was unbelievable last night in the fourth quarter. What a Thursday night game that was. What a fun weekend it's going to be. I'm ready for it. I hope you're ready for it. And I hope you plan on joining us right here. I hope you plan on joining us right here Sunday morning. We're going live at 9:55. Game kicks off just after 10 a.m. Don't subject yourself to Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady. Be over here on Damon Bruce Plus. Padraig. Hello from Ireland. Padraig O'Byrne here. How you lads doing? Oh, it's so good to see you. Look at him. He's calling out everybody. Erwin, Otis, Eva. Who's Eva? Oh, no, that's Eva. True Blue for Eva, I'm guessing. Damon, what's for breakfast on Sunday morning? We'll probably keep it real simple. We'll probably just do like scrambled eggs, a little bacon, a little toast. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Because it's an early Sunday kickoff, it won't be like waffles or pancakes. Niners are playing in that 1 o'clock West Coast window. That can be a waffle pancake morning. 10 a.m. window, not a waffle pancake morning. Oh, 82 Atlantic. Before we get to today in history, I did see this. 82 Atlantic says, Damon, did you see the story regarding former USF Dons coach Todd Golden being accused of stalking and sexual harassment? Todd Golden left the Hilltop to take a huge, huge payday at the University of Florida to be their basketball coach. And he finds himself in a little bit of trouble today. It's a pretty interesting story. I actually pulled it up here. Florida men's basketball coach Todd Golden has been accused by an undefined number of women for sexual harassment and stalking, according to Title IX documents obtained by the Alligator, which I guess is what the student newspaper there in Florida. University of Florida received a formal Title IX complaint on Golden September 27th, alleging that he engaged in various conduct that potentially violated the UF gender equity policy. I don't know any more details than that, but sexual harassment includes sexual exploitation. He cited sending photos, videos of his genitalia while traveling for the University of Florida, unwanted sexual advances on Instagram, requesting sexual favors, and various occasions of stalking. I mean, if you got more than one woman saying that, that's not good. And also, let me say this, not that there is a right way to sexually harass a woman, but if you are going to do it in the one way where you leave her access to a paper trail with DMs and Instagrams and photos of your own junk, I mean, you deserve everything that's coming to you, you flipping idiot. Again, the overall arc is don't sexually harass and creep out women. That's the main theme here. But if you're gonna do that, certainly don't do it on Instagram, you freaking idiot. I mean, like, you shouldn't do it, obviously, but to do it that way, that carelessly, when you're a public figure, there's no helping you, buddy. You might be the dumbest son of a bitch in all rooms. All of them. It's just insane. We will know more about the story. Obviously, every man is innocent until proven guilty. I don't know what to tell you, but that sounds bad. It does not sound good. You're telling me that he's physically stalking, electronically stalking, and sharing dick pics? Like, why don't you just draw a map to your front door and ask the police to come and arrest you yourself? Cut out the middleman. Save the woman the sexual harassment. Just paint a huge X on your forehead and be like, come get me. It's insane. I mean, how can anybody be that stupid to do that? Like, tell me that this is a false account that he has nothing to do with. That would be the only way that you could explain this away to me. But then he's actually like physically stalking. I don't know. But I can tell you this. At the University of San Francisco, they are thrilled that this is not their story to deal with. They are thrilled. Let's see what kind of year the Dons have. They might be pretty interesting. So there you go. I totally thank you so much for stopping on by today. I will one more time invite you to sponsor me or help me by helping my sponsors, starting with my man Ike. Get your sandwich from Ike. Do it this weekend. And again, look, you can be registered to win a trip to New Orleans for a very large football game being played at the Superdome. You can get chips. You can get beverages. You're going to get a free sandwich when you sign up for the Love Rewards program. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to go to the Dubliner on West Portal. West Portal, the sneakiest, one of the greatest blocks in all of San Francisco. What makes it great is the Dubliners just waiting for you, open for business. You're going to love it. Everyone who showed up at Plus Mania 5 who'd never been there before was like, this bar, Damon, you're right. It's awesome. It's the kind of bar that just you want to be in. It's a great bar. Somebody during Wake Up was saying, being in a bar when you're in your 20s is cool. When you're in your 40s, it's not. What are you talking about? I mean, what kind of bar are you talking about? Like, if you're in an chasing after 20-year-old women in your 40s in a bar, yeah, you are a dipshit. I love a well-made cocktail. I love a conversation with a total stranger at a bar. I love a, hey, how are you, with the bartender who knows exactly how to be a great bartender. I love bars at the age of 49 more than I did at the age of 29. And this isn't about, chasing skirt or trying to get girls' numbers anymore, which it was certainly in my 20s. We live a much different life now, married with kids. And let me tell you, when you're married with kids, that break from that to go to a bar is a lot better than when you were single, young, in your 20s and looking to hook up. I love a great well-made cocktail by a bartender who really knows what he or she is doing. These are the moments in life that are far and few between. I love winning a little bit of a bet. I'm telling you, I like the Niners. I like them to cover this weekend. If you like that too, go check out BetUS. YouTube 150 is the promo code you got to check out for 150% sign-up bonus, baby. A 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your very first deposit when you sign up over at BetUS using YouTube 150. Check it all out. Thanks to them for sponsoring the show. Thanks to all of you for being in here and watching today's show. Whether you did it live, whether you watched the video after the fact, I do not care. Please hit like and subscribe. That's what makes the algorithm kiss me on the forehead. So thank you very much. It is time now for Today in History. Happy 58th birthday, Gordon Ramsay. The celebrity British chef taught me how to make my scrambled eggs, and I think I make the best scrambled eggs in the world. I use his technique. You stir them in a pot. You just add butter, no milk. Just start in a pot. Do it in a saucepan, not a frying pan. Bring it up from no temperature to room temperature, start it off the heat, and then just turn it on. It's the best way. It could be time for another egg instructional video on YouTube. I'm telling you, I got my game, my scrambled egg game from Gordon Ramsay. I think the guy is a television show host that I can't watch 30 seconds of. I can't stand his TV shows. His scrambled eggs are legit. Happy 75th birthday to Bonnie Raitt. And I'm sorry if you've heard me tell this story before. Many, many years ago, I'm at KNBR, and KNBR was the studio that was right up front. Like, you walked off the elevator in the old building, and you could look through two windows in the lobby and see into KNBR's studio, which also meant you could be in KNBR's studio and you could look into a lobby. I was there late on some weeknight. Some Thursday night, I was hosting Sports Phone, and I am looking into the lobby, and I'm thinking, gosh, that woman looks an awful lot like Bonnie Raitt. Wait a minute. That woman is Bonnie Raitt. But there was no secretary there. It was kind of like a closed late in the evening thing. She had come to do something at KFOG or, K-SAN back in the day, whatever it was. But Bonnie Raitt was there in the lobby, and I hit a commercial break. I ran out and I said, Bonnie, I freaking love Nick of Time. I also love I Can't Make You Love Me. Bonnie Raitt has some heart-tugging, beautiful songs. I love Bonnie Raitt. She's one of the most badass slide guitar players in the world. Respect Bonnie Raitt, and happy 75th birthday. And I let her into KNBR's lobby one night. So I've done my part to help Bonnie Raitt out. What have you done? Today, celebrating his 368th birthday. Well, probably not. But today in 1656, the English astronomer and mathematician Edmund Halley was born. He would go on to identify something that is the most, arguably the most famous celestial body there is, Halley's Comet. He went on to discover Halley's Comet. Born today in Greenwich, Kent, England, he is 368 years old. By the way, today in 1966, then President Lyndon B. Johnson signed a tax bill. In this tax bill, there was a rider that allowed the NFL to merge with the AFL, thus preventing legal challenges involving antitrust issues. And that's what smart politicians do. They put a little pork into their bills. Literally, the pork was pigskin. And snuck into a tax bill was the deal that allowed the NFL and the AFL to merge today in 1966. So, the NFL as you know it, in a weird way, was kind of born through that sort of. So happy birthday, NFL, kinda today. Today in 1978, we lost Norman Rockwell. So Norman Rockwell used to paint what everyone agreed was like, yeah, that's Americana. He painted what America used to look like. And his paintings were the star of the Saturday Evening Post, which was a huge magazine. Norman Rockwell. I don't even know if if they're going to be another one of those guys, but a definitively, a slice of Americana that will never be served again. Norman Rockwell passed away today in 1978. And we end today in history with another man who passed away. But I guess to fit the theme of the passing, I will tell you this in the form of a question. Who has watched a second of Jeopardy since this person died? Because I haven't. Today in 2020, we lost Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek passed away from a long, dignified battle with cancer, and I haven't put on Jeopardy since. I used to love Jeopardy. Jeopardy was really interesting. I'm sure it's still good, but to me, I was a Trebek guy. Your move, Trebek. Was a big Alex Trebek guy. Passed away today in 2020. So there you go. That's it. That's your show today. It was a small little audience today, a little Friday crowd, got other things to do. That's cool. I hope you plan on being back here Sunday morning, 9:55 a.m. We're going to put the light up and the green light goes on yet another watch party. We're going to hang out together, and I hope you plan on coming on by. In the meantime, enjoy some Warriors hoops, enjoy Indiana, enjoy college football, enjoy yourselves, and be good to each other. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please, please, my good friends, I want you to remember that sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that, he's gone.